4th down and 6. Olbridge gotta have it. Shotgun formation. Nugent, a lot of time. Rolls out. He's running out of space. Will roll the other way. They look, corner of the end zone. Touchdown!
Rowan heading for the touchpad with the lead, and the props will take the men's 400-yard freestyle relay.
Andrews will be in shotgun. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He'll throw it down the left sideline. He's got a wide open receiver. He's got the touchdown.
Motion man is Simmons. Trotman throwing towards Simmons down the field, and he makes the catch in traffic for a Bearcats touchdown.
Back to pass, middle of the field. The catch is made by Britt. She's off to the races at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Britt is in for the score.
Back on in, here's Yoxon. Yoxon to the backhand, trying to go to the front, makes the move and shot, and he scores!
And Racy comes set and delivers. And that's it on the ground to second. Throw to first, in time, and the ball game is over. South Shore survives a late scare, and they are the 2024 New York State Little League Baseball champions.
Live from Blackhawks Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, PDF Sports Network welcomes you into coverage of the Women's Football Alliance and the Tri-State Warriors. Tonight, the Warriors take on the visiting Harrisburg Havoc in what will be the penultimate game of the season for both teams. Good evening, everyone. I'm David Pizzuto alongside John McCooch on what has been a scorcher of a spring day, and that's just fine for the home team, Tri-State Warriors, John, because they're looking to stay red hot this season.
Dave, it's a scorcher and a windy day, so I'm sure we'll hear a bit of that on the air today. But red hot they absolutely are. This is a team that has only given up 8 points defensively the entire season. Whether they need to win ugly or win in dominant fashion, this team has looked like the better team on the field in all 4 games so far this season. And this game is another opportunity for them to look great. And on paper, this is one they expect to win handily. But Harrisburg is running into a buzzsaw in this one. We'll look to see if this offense gets back to doing what they need to be doing. Only 7 points last week from that unit. And you want to get things like that figured out before the season comes to an end and playoffs come up here these last 2 weeks.
Well, one thing we know about the WFA regular season, John, from covering the Warriors in the past, is that you don't get a lot of time to figure things out. It's only a 6-game regular season. So if you drop even a game or two, you could be on the outside looking in. Looking at the standings in the Northeast Division of the WFA's Division II, you see the Warriors on top, but that Massey rating is very interesting, John. Tell us what that means and how it intersects with the team's win-loss records.
Hey, Dave, as you look at the standings, what a glaring a points allowed difference that we see. But if you miss the BCS in college football, that's basically the Massey rating, and it was used in the BCS as well. Women's football has used this rating since 2003, including this WFA, of course, but it compiles who you beat, how well you beat them, and just your general strength of schedule compared to your ability to handle it. So you see a 1-3 Philadelphia team ahead of a 3-1 Maine team, and you might wonder, how is that happening? Well, Philadelphia's schedule is that much tougher than Maine's, so you see ratings like that. But the manner in which you win matters a ton. They will have to beat Harrisburg by a major margin if they want this win to matter in terms of moving up the ratings from that number 8 spot. But as of now, they are the second highest ranked Division II team in the WFA. And thank you for letting me bring up college football, Dave.
Absolutely, John. And that number 8 ranking, that's overall, including Division I and Division III teams as well. So stay near the top. Perhaps there will be a home game in the future as well. So, John, let's talk about these Warriors. They're 4-0 on the season. And for a team that has had some issues in prior years on offense, you see the schedule on your screen now. They are putting up points, as you mentioned, averaging about 28 points per game. And even in the one game last week where they hit a snag offensively, they pitched a shutout. And when you've only given up 8 points in an entire season, John, you're going to win a lot of games.
Having a defense that is this reliable, even when your offense kind of has a tough day at the office, that's such a huge thing to have. I always think back to those back-to-back national champion Georgia teams. They had those great defenses. You see those players scattered all around the NFL now. But that offense was still great in its own right. A lot of their success, though, that was caused by field position created by defense and them just being a dominant force on the defensive side of the ball. There were games in those runs where the offense did not click, like the game we saw last week here with Tri-State, but we're still talking about the Warriors' dominance with 2 games left in the year. We know this offense could get it done just based on the points we've already seen them put up, but this defense could do the job for them if absolutely necessary.
The balance has been amazing, John. 7 touchdowns through the air this season, 5 via the ground, and 5, that's right, 5 on defense. They beat you from all angles. All right, John, let's talk about the Harrisburg Havoc. They're ranked 28th overall in WFA, and they are, on paper, as you mentioned, a heavy underdog today. Still, they are coming off of their bye week, so they should be well rested. And for what it's worth, they're 1-0 on the road this season. They're a heavy ground and pound team. Could that pose trouble for this Warriors team?
That definitely could pose trouble. Rest is so important in the game of football. Harrisburg got exactly that. And yes, we can talk about ratings. We can break down how great Tri-State is. But the game still needs to be played. I mentioned Georgia, right? That 2022 team, they famously struggled against Kent State. They beat them. But after watching that game, a lot of people wrote them off in terms of going back-to-back. So for Harrisburg, they have an opportunity to catch a team that may be underestimating the challenge here for all we know. And getting off to a good start could be in the cards. And when you are a ground and pound team, you get out to an early lead and then just drain your opponent and the clock. That's the formula. So we'll see how that math works out in this one.
All right, John, you could see on your screen now, just for added emphasis, the job the Warriors have done in this series before. So the question is, can the Warriors continue to roll, or will Harrisburg create some havoc here in their home state? I guess we'll find out soon enough. John and I will step out and take a quick break. When we come back, we'll chat with some of the participants on the field before we close in on kickoff. It's all coming up right here on the Tri-State Warriors pregame show on the PDF Sports Network. WFA football continues after this.
Burgers are better at the Brownstone in Metuchen.
My weekend starts with the Brownstone burger, topped with cheddar, barbecue sauce, and a fried egg.
Give me the Hawaiian burger. I love the Canadian bacon and sweet pineapple.
How do you like your salads? Shrimp, chicken, beef?
Stop in and see why families are eating good at the Brownstone in Metuchen.
We'll meet you at the Brownstone.
We'll meet you at the Brownstone.
Have you ever needed to stop or change the way you do something you love because of aches, pains, or injury? The physical therapists at Kessler Rehabilitation Center are here to get you back to work, life, and your favorite activities. Most importantly, your goals are their goals. Their movement experts will listen and develop an individualized treatment plan so you can heal. Begin care faster by requesting an appointment today at Kessler-PT.com. Experience the power of physical therapy today.
All right, we are back here, opening stages of the, or closing stages of the pregame anyway, we should say. John McCooch went downstairs a little earlier and caught up with some participants for today's game. Let's catch up first with our quarterback, number 9, Sine Williams, was on the field with John earlier. John, down to you.
Good, how are you? John McCool joined alongside Sine Williams for PDF Sports Network. And this offense obviously didn't put up the points they wanted to put up last week. As a quarterback, kind of how does this team get back rolling?
We just got to make sure that we are executing. Last week we had a lot of times where we wasn't executing well, and we couldn't get the points that we wanted. But we game plan, we prepare well, and we should be able to put points today.
Kind of offensively, what's the mentality for this team? You got an undefeated team, team's riding high. What's the thought process going on right now?
Do your job. That's our only word for today, for the week. Do your job. So I'm expecting linemen to come together and really execute, make big blocks, and then running backs do the rest.
I mean, this Harrisburg, still a strong team. Obviously can't underestimate them. What makes this team good, and what are you looking out for against this defense?
They have a very strong line. They always rush a lot. Their linebacker and their defensive end, she blitzes a lot. She's really athletic, so we have to make sure that we are accountable for her. And
lost our feed there for a second there with Sine and John. Apologize about that, but we'll switch it up now as John is with Ishana Alexander. We go from offense to defensive side of the ball. John caught up with the Tri-State Warriors linebacker. John, take it away.
PDS Sports Network, John McCool alongside Ishana Alexander. And Ishana, this defense has been fantastic all throughout the season. Not allowed a ton of points. How has this defense been able to keep rolling?
We just be team players. We work together, and our goal is just always not to let nobody score in this. So, LB, our coach, he just have a heck of a plays, and we just some dogs out there. So,
We've been talking about Coach. I heard from Coach Harrigan. He's been fantastic. What's been the mentality and the message for this defense all throughout the season? I mean, there's been a lot of intensity, a lot of physicality. Kind of what's his message to you guys?
Canton, Ohio, we want to be the #1 defense in the league. That's it.
This Harrisburg team,
On paper, favorite to win against this team. What's this team all about? What's this opponent? What are you looking out for these guys?
It's always a great game. There's always a great matchup. They're very good competitors. But again, we're the number one defense, so they're not going to score too much.
We'll see how that goes. Thank you very much, Ashana. We'll send it back out to Dave.
Warriors are looking to exercise their dominance on both sides of the ball, but they'll try to do it on the sidelines as well. And John caught up with head coach Rich Harrigan of the Tri-State Warriors. John, let's send it down to you for our coach's angle.
PDS Sports Network, John McCutcheon alongside head coach owner Rich Harrigan for the Tri-State Warriors. And Rich, offensively, 7 points last week. You want to get this team back and rolling. How do you guys get that going?
Well, it starts with focus on the fact that we're not 4-0. We're 0-0. We're 0-0. Every game, if we look at it as if it's our first game of the season, we should be hyped. We should be excited. We should just be coming off a training camp. That should be the mentality. We're not worried about anything except what's in front of us. What's in back of us is in back of us. What's ahead of us is gone. It's what's here right now.
And what's here right now, this defense. This defense is playing lights out, playing really well. What's made this defense so great?
Well, it's a combination of great coaching by my partner in crime, Coach L.B. LeBryant Robinson. He's been focused on keeping what he calls his dog team hungry. And those players love and respect him, and they honor being able to be under his tutelage. But to tell you the truth, the schemes that we use are different every week. It's basically on what the offense delivers, and he finds ways to get through it. And with the pressure we have from our defensive ends and our linebackers, it makes it easy for everybody else.
And they're going against a Harrisburg team. Obviously, you look at it on paper, very much favored to beat this team. How do you keep this team locked in and not underestimate your opponent?
Well, Harrisburg, we've played them since our first year in 2021, 2022. And they've always been competitive. They've always been not a team that's going to lay down. They're going to come and play their heart out. Football's a game of 11 on 11. It doesn't matter what the rest of the teams looks like. You got 11 on 11, and you come to play, and they always come to play.
All right, Rich, thank you so much. We'll see how these Tri-State Warriors do today. We'll head it back up to Dave.
All right, good stuff from Coach Harrigan and John McCooch, and we'll allow John to come on up here and join us back in the booth. We'll step away for just a moment or so. When we come back, we're going to have our opening kickoff here live from Blackhawks Field in Philadelphia. Stay with us. This is Tri-State Warriors football only on the PDF Sports Network.
The PDF Sports Network is officially seeking sponsors for the 2026 Vetera Liga season. The Vetera Liga is the top professional American football league in Finland, and now, for the first time, is available in the English language and in the U.S., courtesy of PDF. Join us as we make history by showcasing the Maple League to a new worldwide audience. Our partnership with the Vetera Liga was recently featured in International Business Journal as a groundbreaking venture that in 2025 earned us a Global Recognition Award and a GHP Magazine Award for Best Local Live Broadcasting in the nation. It's time to bring our coverage to the next level and showcase your products and business to local and international audiences. Show your support now by calling us at 732-723-8189 or by emailing pdfsportsnet@gmail.com.
We are just moments away from opening kickoff here at Blackhawks Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Tri-State Warriors, I believe, won the toss, John, and elected to receive, if I got the body language correct on the coin toss. But either way, their return unit is out there, and so we'll see Harrisburg kicking off first. They'll go from right to left, and the Tri-State Warriors in their dark black jerseys with the red numerals will go from left to right.
Yeah, it's important to take the ball first, especially, we talked about Harrisburg. They're such a run-heavy team. They were going to run the ball a lot, and they're going to try to chew the clock out on you. So taking the ball first, you try to take the ball first, see if you can get good field position on a good return, and just get off to a good start against this Harrisburg team. When you're going against a team that is, again, you're definitely not the underdog in this one. So you want to get off to a strong start. You want to establish your dominance early, and you don't want to give them a window to do this. So I'm always a big proponent. I mean, we talk about a lot of the teams we cover taking the ball first, and we have a lot of teams that are take the ball first teams, which is actually pretty unique. So I'm a fan, though. I'm always a fan. I know people play Madden. They always kick the ball first. I don't.
Yeah.
I want the ball.
Well, yeah, especially when you're the favorite and you want to set the tone, in your own building per se or on your own home field. I think it's always really important to do that, and that's what the Tri-State Warriors have elected to do as Melissa Fawcett puts the ball down on the tee and gets us close here to the opening whistle. In fact, it sounded, and now we're waiting for Fawcett to lay into this one and get us started here. 5th game of the season for both the Havoc and the Warriors. We are underway. And a skipper at the 25 is corralled, juggled, taken under control and out past the 30 and now the 40. And a good return that time by Nicole Williams as they're out past the 40, about the 44-yard line to start things off. That's dandy field position.
It's a dandy. I have not heard the word dandy or used the word dandy in forever. I love it.
I'm 50 years old. You better expect some of those old cliches.
Oh, no, I've used dandy plenty of times. It's just been a while. I'm 25. I've used it a few times myself. But, I mean, it was definitely quite good, as I guess I would say. I mean, being able to bobble the ball, keep your control, and still be able to pick up 10 to 15 yards on a return is impressive. Obviously, you want to see a clean return. But you got to make something out of what you get. And that's exactly what she did.
And they'll make it the even 45-yard line to start things off here. And as we mentioned, it'll be Sine Williams will be the operator here, and she will work, it looks like, with Williams in the backfield with her in the I formation. Otherwise, they go with 4 wide. Trips on the far side. Now they'll exchange some bodies and put the trips here on the near side.
Yeah, she's a smooth operator, as you would say, too.
Warriors do operate a lot in the periphery and on some screen passes as well with the wide receiver screen. See if they set it up here. Instead, they'll pitch it backwards, and that is an errant pitch back, and it will result in about a 6-yard loss, as that was Deneen Robinson in the backfield, and that went for negative yards on first down.
I mean, I love the draw up of a toss to the opposite side, kind of toss to the weak side, try to get that going. But obviously, you got to get a clean exchange, and you didn't see that right there. So not a start you want, and you get backed up. But Harrisburg did not have to do much on that play. They just had to kind of watch the ball, and maybe you could have kind of gotten there and created a fumble turnover, but it was a good way to just get on the football and prevent anything more dangerous from happening here. But now you're backed up, and it's interesting to see if you get aggressive with the pass here.
I said it was a 6-yard loss. It was actually an 11-yard loss.
Yeah, it felt a bit longer.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we're going to have a timeout, and it will be taken by the Tri-State Warriors. So the Warriors have to ask for time with 14:05 to go after just running just one play. And that play just seemed slow to start, John.
Right.
It looked like Sine Williams was looking in the backfield. We don't have the replay queued up for that one, but it looks like she was unsure of where to toss that ball, and Deneen Robinson wasn't on the same page.
I mean, it seemed like she thought she turned around to one direction and said, I'm going to pitch the ball here. Didn't see her running back, and then had to kind of find her. So it was an interesting play, and I definitely think there was just a mispositioning, miscommunication. But I don't think I have ever seen a coach call a timeout in this situation. I mean, I'm an enjoyer of this decision to call this timeout here after one play, get your team kind of locked back in. But when it comes to be the second quarter, they need a timeout. I'm going to start running the math on him. But
yeah,
I mean, that has to be something that they ran in practice enough to the point where he would say, I need to call this timeout and get this team locked back in.
Williams this time will work out of the shotgun here. Robinson works just over the tight end. I think that's Williams in the backfield with her. That's a high snap. It's taken down, and the give is to Wise underneath. Big seam, breaking one tackle and out past the 50, and still moving bodies. First down and more. That was Tori Ransom on the carry, and the ball came out late, and we'll have to see what results out of all this. But what a run, and what a job hitting that hole, and Ransom actually got 23 yards on the play.
That was, just, again, an embodiment of push the pile, get this team moving forward, don't give up on a run. That was football right there. My goodness. I mean, Harrisburg has to kind of crash at some point, and we saw just a lot of big blocking up front. They got really far down the field, those linemen. So, I mean, Harrisburg just got out-handled, and It was tough, but you saw the pile get pushed. I mean, that was Detroit Lions football right there. That was great.
Yeah, that was 8 yards beyond contact. At the 50-yard line, there was a pile, and that pile just moves like a rugby scrum.
Yeah, that's really it.
For 8 yards. And now the Warriors are on the opposite half of the field here, and they give again off tackle. And again, Ransom is able to use her head down and, move the legs for about a 3 or 4 yard gain.
Yeah, Harrisburg's not getting a huge push on these linemen right here, and there's a lot of space to work with, as we can kind of see for this running game. We saw a big run just go right there on the play before that one, but there was definitely room to roam on that run. So, this is a team that's going to be able to get a lot of 4 or 5 yard chunks on runs, and we'll see how they can get that going. But these linebackers for Harrisburg might have to kind of crash earlier than they've been over these last few possessions, or these last few plays.
Yeah, you hear it said all the time. You want to stay ahead of schedule and keep the first down markers ahead of you. Go forward, even 3 and 4 yard gains on first down. It's a lot better than -11 that they had on their last first down. So good stuff there. Move some others in. Fake on the end around. Instead, they look on the opposite side of the field. Can they get there in time? No. Giving chase was Christine Chubb, the wide receiver on the far side, but that one a little bit too far over to the sideline, and they could not connect.
There were 2 defenders in the area, so you had to throw that ball a bit to the outside, but just a bit too much juice in terms of getting that ball to the outside. You also kind of had like a double fake play on that one as well, with I believe 2 players in the backfield, if I remember correctly. So it was a drawn-up play. You got an open receiver, but you just weren't able to get that connection ready to roll. Just a bit too far to the outside, to the sideline on that throw.
Good job on the camera angle by our camera operator, Alex Paramethis. But it will result in a 3rd down and 6 yards to go. Would bring you back to live action. This time they look middle of the field. That one hung up there, and it was too far extended for Haley Delonzo, the leading receiver on this team. Kind of cut the route a little bit short, and that one was up over her head. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, that got that pass to end up a bit high as well, so you weren't able to get that, find it in that gap you were looking for. But that pass went high. It was a decent job of just getting back to it and at least giving yourself a chance, but that still ended up high on that play, as we're going to see right here. So, yeah, just, again, it was a longer drop back, but that pass just goes a bit high.
Yep, and even if Delonzo's in the right position, there's a safety bearing down there as well. And the Warriors are going to opt to punt here and pin the Havoc deep in their own end. These are always important decisions at the start of games as well.
I agree with it. If you get a decent punt here, you're going to be able to get a good job to at least pin your opponent back inside the 20-yard line if you get a good boot. So as a punting aficionado, I love it.
Makes a lot of sense. Early in the game, 0-0. Play the field position game. Get a 3-and-out stop on this next possession. You're going to get the ball right back where you started. Good snap there. The kick is partially deflected, it looked like, or it was shanked, and it'll go out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. So that ends up only about an 8 to 10-yard punt. And indeed, it will be spotted at the 29-yard line. So a 9-yard punt on the play.
I think it got initially shanked a bit, and that led to it getting tipped as well. Maybe a double deflection, if I can kind of see that correctly. But Delonzo just did not get enough on that football, didn't get enough hang time or just enough air under the ball to give that ball some elevation. I think that might have gotten tipped. I don't think it did.
I don't think it did.
No,
I think Delonzo was just sensing the pressure near her and unfortunately just shanked it. So Harrisburg ends up starting at their own 29-yard line after the Tri-State Warriors drive finalizes at the 38. So it ends up about a 9-yard punt. And on their first play from scrimmage, a low snap. It's handled well by Hutchinson. Hutchinson looks in the flat, does find her receiver, the wideout, working their way into the hash marks, and that's a nice solid gain of about 4 yards on first down, as Hutchinson is 1 for 1. Listed as a safety in our roster officially, but she's done a lot of the quarterbacking for this team.
So you scout this team, and you say they've only thrown 21 passes all season long, right? So what's their first play going to be?
That's going to be a run.
Obviously, right? No, we just saw a pass, and did it go for much? No, but, it keeps your opponent off guard. I'm sure they were expecting run there, and it was a completion, so 1 for 1 for the Havoc so far.
And they go with 4 wide, and now they bring Janila Hill-Metz in. Another low snap. This one is given underneath and met in the backfield and taken down for a loss near the original line of scrimmage. Now, I saw the official being demonstrative. That was a fumble, I think.
I think
John.
so,
Yeah.
yes. I saw the official point there. I saw a flag come out as well. Not sure if that got picked up, but this is...
I think
this is Tri-State Warrior football.
Yeah, I think on the hit, that ball was dislodged. It's going to be hard for us to see because for the naked eye, we did not see that ball come out. We've slowed it down a little bit as well, so you can take a look. But right on that hit, bang, that ball must have come out. The scrum is right there. And, yeah, the referee was right there. The head official was right there to make the call. And so
I think she just ripped that football. I don't think that ball really hit the ground.
Wow. So the Tri-State Warriors, who had their first drive stalled at the Harrisburg 38, get the ball back at the Harrisburg 32 thanks to the first turnover of the game. And we know how many turnovers this Tri-State Warriors team has forced. They've had 5 defensive touchdowns on interceptions and fumble returns this season. And now they go right back on the offensive. A little bit more of a bunch set here or tighter. And the give is underneath. Caught up high and then down low was Nicole Williams after a short gain of about 3 yards.
Yeah, so that'll end up being the 7th forced fumble on the year so far for this Warriors team. But now the offense gets this opportunity. They pick up some yardage. They get this opportunity basically where they were before the punt, and there's no penalty to the punt. All that really did for them was kind of just run some clock down.
Right.
So now you're back in the same position, 0-0, and try to get this offense in a good position to go out and score.
2nd and 7 from the 29-yard line here, just inside the 30. Once again, they get a little bit tighter there in the box. Plenty of bodies there, and the give is once again up the gut, and this time good enough for a first down by Nicole Williams. Again, good first movements after contact, gets the first down.
Yeah, just read the right gap, hit the hole, and it was a nice hole created by this offensive line. Both offensive and defensive lines have done a great job. Obviously a forced fumble already, but offensively, nice push, create a really nice gap for this running back to end up going through, and that she did. Found some good yardage, first down, and those are runs that are going to look really good on tape.
They do have a running back by committee on this team. We've seen Nicole Williams run a ton, Deneen Robinson as well. We saw earlier in the game Tori Ransom get a couple of carries. Ransom heavily used in the passing game as well. A lot of dual and triple threats on this team. And again, they will run it. And again, it will be up the middle for Nicole Williams. With Deneen Robinson getting the lead block, they'll work it just inside the 10-yard line, close to another first down.
Yeah, this is the ground and pound that Harrisburg is trying to do today, but Tri-State doing a really good job, and when you have a running back by committee, the big advantage that you have, fresh legs consistently. Not a lot of running backs, they don't get a ton of work themselves, and usually have one back that's the lead, but they're able to spread this ball out a lot. All of these running backs are going to be fresh, and the line is going to be the line. They're physical, and they seem to be bigger than this Harrisburg team and more, just a lot of strength. So you have fresh running backs that have the ability to just be ready against with a really good offensive line to run behind. It is a tough formula to deal with if you're this defense for Harrisburg and the Havoc.
2nd down and a short 2, long 1 coming up here. Williams with the fake and underneath, wide open inside the 5, just short of the goal line, but the ball came out. The ball came out, and on top of it were the Havoc. And they trade fumble for fumble, what turned out to be a really good play in the underneath by number 27, Gabrielle Cole. She ends up fumbling it on the play, and the Havoc are going to take over inside their 5.
It just tried to fight for the end zone, get closer to it, and that's a good defensive play. Able to get a tackle in there, get on the football, recover a fumble, and this is a nice forced fumble for this team. We'll see the replay right about here. It's a good pass. You found the gap, and you found exactly where you needed to put this football, but you see the fight for the extra yards is going to come up in a second right here, and yeah, that ball just comes right on out. And right on top of the football is Harrisburg. Just a nice defensive stand. And now they're going to be backed up all the way on their own 2-yard line here. But a huge turnover against a Tri-State team that was running the ball right down their throats in this game. So it's 7-2, Harrisburg with an opportunity to kind of get things back on their side.
So just over midway through the first quarter, both teams have turned the ball over once via the fumble. And the only negative, as you mentioned, John, is that they have to start in the shadows of their own goalpost here, and they got to make sure they go forward here on these first couple of plays. Harrisburg has only run 2 offensive plays. They had a pass on the opening play that got them about 4 or 5 yards, and then, of course, they had the fumble on the very next play.
And they may have to throw at some point also inside their own 2.
It's like Mosley is operating out of the eye. She's joined in the backfield by Smith, and they are going to meet in the end zone. That's going to result in a safety for the Warriors. There was nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go and just got stuffed. Low snap, didn't have enough time to really read what was going on there. And this defensive line for Tri-State has really shown out. Rich Arrogant talked about it in the pregame interview, and he was very happy with the way his defensive line has been playing so far this season. A really good job. And again, just plug this gap. Low snap bought them enough time to get over to this quarterback who was trying to take a run, and that just got burnt off the edge there. Really nice defensive stand and 2 points for Tri-State.
Yep, so everything going wrong on that play for the Havoc. You mentioned the low snap. That's what started it all. And by the time Leah Hutchinson lifted up her eyes and tried to hit a hole, there was 3 or 4 black jerseys there to meet her. And an unconventional score on the board right now, 2-0 in favor of the Warriors. But, John, another feather in the cap of this defense here for the Warriors. Dave almost, quadrupled or quintupled the amount of scoring that they've allowed this season, just the defense.
Yeah. I mean, that's 2 points right there. They've only allowed 8 points. So, I mean, just in terms of total scoring, you mentioned they had 5 touchdowns on the season.
That's 30 points, right? Add another 2, 32. I don't know if they have another safety this season, but
don't know if that gets tracked, but even so, you get a safety. They've scored at the very least 32 points this season, just off of the defense and just their defensive scoring. It is really fantastic.
And they're going to get the ball again in good field position, you'd have to think, as Fawcett getting set to kick this one off from their own 20 on the safety kick. A decent one. It is allowed to hit the turf at about the 45-yard line, collected at the 40 by Williams. Williams looking dead red up the middle, breaks one tackle, and it's put down inside the 40 of the Havoc, settled down at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, special teams has looked awesome so far in this game. Obviously, the punt that didn't go their way, but in terms of the return, really good return again to set them up in field position. First kick of the game. Obviously, you had the bobble that still went for about 10 to 15 yards. So special teams returns, really good factor right now in this game for Tri-State, and Harrisburg will now have to deal with this in good field position on a drive. They love this part of the field. This is the 36-yard line again. So,
yeah, for the Havoc, offensively, 3 plays, 1 positive, 1 fumble, and then, of course, 1 negative play that leads to the safety. So they haven't even been able to get uncorked yet. And here come the Tri-State Warriors in their 3rd time in their territory, looking for their first offensive points. Williams up the middle, wide open, and the catch was made. Breaking a tackle there was Chubb. She's still on her feet inside the 20, and it's going to take a couple of Havoc players to bring her down inside the 15.
When you get a physical player running across the middle of the field, you have to make a tackle in open space, and what a run and what a play by Christine Chubb. Fantastic work. Broke off a number of tackles and just found a way to get that going. Solid spot to find your receiver. Weren't able to get the corners going down because they had to go back up. They thought this was going a bit deeper. And, yeah, just bounce off of your defenders and get down near the sideline. And you have to force this player almost out of bounds to even bring her down. So big play for Chubb and a nice catch and run.
Yeah, Chubb was the wideout on the far side on that play, and she kind of worked on the interior, kind of rubbed out by the slot receiver on the play. You hear calls from the Tri-State Warriors sideline to make sure they hold on to the football. Do not want to give up here on the strip. Ball spotted at the 15, high snap. Williams takes it down. Was looking for Chubb originally. Now she's going to take it herself. Tries to make one miss, but she is going to be held up for a loss there of about 3 yards.
It tried to direct her blocker as well, but didn't see anyone down the field. Just tucked it and ran. Didn't really lose much on that play, too. So solid decision. And you're not going to remember that one, but solid decision not to just force that ball. We talked about keep holding on to the football, not turning the ball over right here. That's how you do it. You just have to find a way to get to the sideline if you have to. Didn't take a big hit as well. You'll take that.
Yeah, you could see looking underneath. There was some linebacker help in the middle there, and that's why Williams did not toss it underneath that she originally thought she might have had the play there on a very similar play from that last first down. But it will be a 2nd and about 13 as the first down markers at exactly the 5-yard line. This ball spotted at the 18-yard line. Deneen Robinson is the running back to the right now of Williams. Underneath, and they shovel it, and that ball is on the carpet again. Losing it originally and finally corralling it was Williams after the botch shovel pass to Lily Anderson, and now slow to get up is Williams as well, as she might have gotten toppled on. And that's going to be another big negative play here for the Tri-State Warriors, who are now going to face a 3rd down and very long coming up.
I mean, those are not easy plays to run at any level of football. And when you have a receiver, you have to pitch that ball to the receiver. You got to make a tough catch on the move right in front of you, and it's definitely kind of shoveled a bit forcefully. It's not easy to do. It's not easy to execute, and those type of plays can happen. It's a good job just getting back on the football, but that very easily could have been another turnover for this team. And just if you get the ball bounces another way, that's a turnover. So it's tough to run that play.
Well, you know what? It was an incomplete pass, John.
Right.
So it's going to be a 3rd down and 13 instead of the loss on the play. So that's a good pickup there. Big rush coming in from the left side. Williams throws it out into the flat. That ball is caught for minimal yards by Siobhan Rodriguez, and she is pushed out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. And they'll call it the 13, so it'll be a 4th down and 8 coming up.
I think they're going to go for it here.
Yeah. See the clock winding down. We are approaching 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. A quarter dominated by the Warriors, but they only have 2 points on the board courtesy of their defense, which has only been on the field for 3 plays. Otherwise, time of possession dominated by Tri-State. Can they continue this drive? They need to get to the 5-yard line. High snap again. Williams settles it down, looks left, now middle of the field, now in the interior, but that is too high, extended in the direction of Delonzo. No one home, and the Havoc will take over.
What can happen with quarterbacks if you get one high throw, you have a tendency to make another high throw, and you can kind of get incompletions there. So for Williams, it's up to her to just kind of find that rhythm again. I would like to see, and you get the, you don't convert, but just going forward in this game, I would like to see just a quick throw, quick dump, shorter routes, like we saw the one play to Chubb that went for a ton of yards. Get your quarterback comfortable, and that's a tough throw to make, not an easy throw to make at all. But get your quarterback a bit more comfortable, get some easier completions to just settle back in after making high throws.
Yeah, that was a little bit delayed on the throw, and that's what forced it to go high and well wide of Delonzo, who was crossing in. If that catch is made, it probably goes for 6 points and not just the first down. But either way, the Warriors have had the ball 3 times in this game offensively in the first quarter. They've driven down deep inside the 40 each time of the Havoc. That was their deepest penetration of the first quarter, and no points to show for it. So for what it's worth, the Havoc holding tight here. And once again, have to start in pretty rough field position, but they do get the ball back, and let's see if they can get some type of continuity here on offense.
It's important, and again, the run is something that's been stuffed. We haven't seen a ton of plays for this offense, so we're not sure exactly how they're going to settle into this game, but it starts with just executing some runs, getting some pushes from your offensive line, but it's a tough Tri-State team to go against. I mean, obviously, number 8 in the Massey ratings, they're good on this side of the ball.
Smith and Mosley are there. It is the give here to Smith. She powers forward. Not much of a gain there. Maybe a yard. I doubt it, though. They get back to the line of scrimmage only.
But at the end of the day, it's a nicely executed handoff and a nicely executed run. Didn't get the push you needed. Didn't have that kind of burst that you would have wanted to see up the middle, but just have to churn something together, obviously. It's been a long time in this game without moving the football forward, and you're only down by 2 points after the safety. So if you can start to churn some plays together, get a good drive. These drives in this part of the field, you obviously you want to score on every drive, but you look at this as one you want to try to win the field position battle with, and if you can get a good punt, you pin this team back. Just win the position field battle at this point. So all you have to worry about at this point is get the next first down, and see how far you can get down the field.
Yep, and trying to win the line of scrimmage. You see Tri-State Warriors 5 down linemen, or actually 3 with 2 standing up here in the linebackers, but you see them cheating up. That's 7 in the box, now retreating just a bit. And they work this one out into the flat. The catch is made by Smith. Smith works out into the periphery, gets 2 or 3 yards on the play. Good short tackling that time on the opposite end by Delonzo. But they get about 2 or 3 and make it a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, the screen's executed fine, and you get a couple yards on that play. But it's a big thing you're going to see here. Getting players in open space, forcing this team to make tough tackles in the open part of the field. So solidly executed screen, and Harrisburg now with a big 3rd down coming up.
And credits to Hutchinson, who has been dealing with low snap after low snap. It seems like every single one, John, working out of the shotgun has been really low. And it's hard as a quarterback to have to collect it, bring that ball up to your chest, and then get rid of it, especially on a screen pass where it needs to get out quickly. So we'll keep our eye on that as well. Turns out it was only a 2-yard gain, so it'll be 3rd down and 8 coming up. And a big play here. The Warriors can hold. They'll get the ball back in pretty good field position. Good protection this time. Hutchinson runs out of time. There is a flag down here. Hutchinson looking to turn this one up. She's going to get sacked for about a 5-yard loss on the play. Maybe a little bit more, but there was a flag down. We'll see. Came into the direction of holding, but we'll get the official call here with the white hat.
And there was a second flag that came out as well. I'm not sure if that's going to be the same penalty. We'll see what the official call is coming up in a second. I did see a holding call.
It's like there's some explanations for the Warriors whether they want to take the result of the play or not, and it'll be 4th down. Yeah, so they're going to decline. Whatever penalty it was, John, it was declined, and they're going to take the result of the play, which backs it up another 2 yards, and will make it a 4th down and 10 instead.
Yeah, so likely just a holding call that you decline, and obviously you'll take that instead of the 3rd down and just a bit longer. So we'll see a punt as well. The place kicker, Melissa Fawcett, back right now. So both the punter and kicker for this team.
And Delonzo is waiting at the at the Havoc 40-yard line now. She takes a couple of steps back, but if she has the opportunity to field and run here, they are going to get the ball back in good field position. It's a wobbler of a kick, but it does end up into the hands of Delonzo at the 40. She reverses field to the left, has some good space there. If she can get the edge, she does. The 20, the 10 before she's corralled out. 1st and goal, Warriors.
Delonzo did a great job immediately realizing, okay, I've got to get to the outside. I've got to find a way to get to the edge with this football, and she did exactly that. Started on the inside part of the field here, got all the way outside to the other part of the other part of this field, got some space, picked up great yardage, and now Tri-State is in a perfect position to go out and get a good offensive scoring drive going.
Yep, and you wonder if you can even consider it a drive when it starts at the 8-yard line. But that's a good job by Delonzo to track that ball and actually scoop it up. I thought for a moment she was just going to let it be, not put it in harm's way, but instead, good wherewithal to pick it up, head down the opposite side, and make a great play out of it. And here we go. Just a little bit further than where their last drive stalled. The Tri-State Warriors have the ball for the 4th time on offense. A chance to get cash here. The give is to Deneen Robinson. That ball is out, and it's scooped up by the Havoc, and they're going to get the ball back. And the Tri-State Warriors have turned the ball over for the 2nd time in the quarter, and they give it right back to the Havoc.
I'm not sure if this ball got poked out or just kicked or a tough handle, but it looked like it bounced off somewhere at the end of this play. But Harrisburg with another fumble.
We're going to slow it down so we can watch it in slow-mo. You could be the judge as well at home. We'll see if it occurs on the exchange or not. Looks like it was good originally. Yeah, I think the exchange was good. And Robinson, I think, was expecting the hit. I think maybe was trying to transfer the ball left to right or right to left in her arms.
Got tackled from behind in the process.
And I'll tell you what, the Tri-State Warriors with 4 shots on offense in this first quarter alone, twice inside the red zone, and they have no points to show for it. And the way their defense has played, not just today, but all season, John, 2 points, you never know in a game like this might be enough.
Yeah.
But if this turns out to be a very close game in the 4th quarter, you got to look back at some of these drives in the first and the couple of turnovers, starting 1st and goal, and not being able to get cash. That's going to come back to bite you.
And I mean, we talked about Massey rating before the game, right? So margin of victory is important.
Right,
this team is ranked 8th, and they're the 2nd highest D2 team. But you want to continue to rise up those rankings. We're talking about home playoff games and all that. So you want that to happen. And yes, you're probably, if you win this game, good things will happen. You're not going to really get hurt. You're not going to get punished in terms of the rating and in terms of what the math does for losing a game. That's a big thing. So, but you have to win by good margins against teams. I mean, Harrisburg is low in terms of the rating, so you want to beat them by a lot. And if you keep having fumbles and drives like that, I mean, your defense can only score so many points.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be an easy thing to deal with here.
The Massey ratings had the Warriors as a 27.5-point favorite in this game. So it gives you an indication of what the expectations are anyway. Of course, it's all on paper and in black and white. You got to line it up, but still. So 1st and 10 from their own 8-yard line. There's the shovel across. It's going to go down for a big loss. And a great play in the backfield that was made by the Tri-State Warriors. Who else? Melissa Blaze in on the tackle. That's a 6-yard loss.
Yeah, it's a great job. Tri-State has shown a nice ability to just make tackles in the open field and one-on-one tackles. Melissa Blaze with a really, really good job right there. And that's why this is the 4th-ranked defense in terms of Massey rating. So really good job, and we'll see exactly how this play unfolded there once we get a moment. But, yeah, just that toss, and Blaze came off of the block and made a tackle. That is great work. Didn't need to have all of her body ready to go. Just even if I'm getting blocked, I'm still going to give myself a chance to make this tackle. Really good job. And now another potential safety opportunity coming up here. So the forbidden 4-0 score is in play right now.
And they will have to run another play before this clock whistles down, and they'll have to do it from their own 2. Last time they were here, it resulted in a safety. That time it's a good snap, and Hutchinson does have some room. Delonzo misses the open field tackle, and finally Hutchinson is brought down, but not before. She's very close to a first down, about 2 yards shy. It is a first down, and I think that is the end of the quarter.
Yes, it is. But a really good run, and forget the 4-0. Now you get a huge gain. Nice run, great job, and that's a good way to end the first quarter. That's a great way to end a quarter. You get out of your end zone, and you get a first down, and you give yourself a position to get a good drive going. But this was a very interesting first quarter right here because Tri-State has had all the opportunities in the world to be up by a lot in this game, but fumbles and turning the ball over have just plagued them. And, I mean, Harrisburg, credit to them for forcing those fumbles because they're forced fumbles. They're not miscues. These are forced fumbles that Harrisburg has been putting on here. So, really great job, and obviously got to flip the field. But Tri-State, they should be in heavy favor, in a really good position right now in terms of the scoreline. But these fumbles are really going to come back to bite them if they don't kind of figure this thing out.
Yeah, and that was the longest play from scrimmage for the Harrisburg Havoc as well. So they end the first quarter on a really positive play. That was a good job by Hutchinson, and we got to see the replay just a few moments ago, but that time it all started, John, because the snap was good. And getting that good snap allowed her to go up the field. She got 16 yards on the play, and it's now 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. So the Havoc now with a little bit of breathing room and out from the shadow of their own end zone, and it can start the second quarter with a clean slate here, almost at their own 20.
Yeah, it's a position you want to be in. And again, we talk about field position drives, but you keep putting runs together like that, you can get very close to the end zone. And, I mean, a big stop is still in the play for this Tri-State team, and you have your defense kind of make things work. But this is a game that we kind of talked about. Obviously, last week, 7-0 was the score. The offense didn't really click. They still pitched a shutout, did this defense in that game. So you did mention 2 points might be enough to win a football game right now, but you don't want to have to win that way. So you want to look for this offense to get things going. But right now, as of this point, this defense will have to make yet another stop to help their offense out.
And Hutchinson may have been banged up on that last play, John, and she was. And so we do have a new quarterback in the game. It is Smith, but that's going to be a pitch backwards, and backwards they go about 3 or 4 yards on first down. So now it is Elizabeth Smith playing quarterback, and that was because Hutchinson got roughed up on that last play, and she came out of the game.
Yeah, I didn't see exactly what that could have been, but hope she's all right, obviously. And Elizabeth Smith, the leading rusher for this team with 24 carries and 206 yards on the year. So, star running back will have to play quarterback for the time being.
Yeah, we spoke about the Tri-State Warriors having a running back by committee. The Havoc do as well. They've got a lot of people. You know, Hutchinson has done a lot of the running, as we saw in the last play. You have Smith as well, has added a touchdown in that respect. And Amelia Mosley, who we've seen in the backfield as well. All over 200 yards rushing this season, and this time it is a keeper by Smith, and she's able to get past the 15 to about the 17-yard line, gets 2 out of the 3 she lost back, but it'll be a 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, so we'll see exactly how this kind of goes at this point. I mean, we're not sure the status of their quarterback right here. She actually comes back in.
Yeah, she is coming back in now.
Leah
just
Hutchinson.
pick her up right to the right of your screen, just entered in, so it's good to see Leah okay.
Yeah.
And she got a little bit of a respite with the end of the first quarter as well to get some extra time. But they're thankful to have her back. And on these long plays, these 3rd and longs, they've looked for the quarterback keeper here. We'll see if they go back to it. And you could see, again, how many players the Tri-State Warriors have in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, it's all middle of the field. You'll let this throw go to the outside if you have to, but they're really focusing on that area.
Another low snap. Hutchinson fields well, starts to get pressure, looks towards the sideline, intercepted. In shot at the 25-yard line, and can she take it to the house? She can. Kawana Coward. The 25-yard interception return for a touchdown, and the Warriors are up by 8.
If that ball is a bit more sauce under it, it's an open play. It could be a touchdown going the other way offensively. There is no safety help back on this play. No safety's really back at all. So they put pressure on this quarterback, forced her to make a tough throw, rolling out towards the right side. Again, we're going to see a lot of pressure coming down and just blaring on this quarterback. Tried to make this throw. It's a good decision. Just didn't have enough air under that football, and the blocking was there. Touchdown, the 6th defensive touchdown of the season for this Tri-State team.
That's right, and they are right now beating the Harrison Havoc 8-0 in this game. They had the safety earlier in the quarter, or in the first quarter, and now have added the defensive touchdown here in the second. 8-0 in favor of the Warriors. 13:03 to go in the second, and they will go for 1 here to make it a 9-point game as Delonzo comes in with the right-footed kick to see if she can get one through the uprights. Was 1 for 1 last week. Good snap, good spot. The hold is good, and the kick is good as well. So add another point to the register for the Warriors. They are up 9-0 here, and once again, their defense creating a show here in Philly.
Really solid boot. I've never seen a field where you can actually kick a ball into the trees right here. So you have to go back into the what do you call that? The greenery right there to go and get that football. Nice job. But nice job on the kick and good execution. So we talk about a time where the offense has not been clicking, but the defense will do exactly what they need to do. But really nice boot. That could have been good from a bit longer, too. So nice to see that you have a reliable kicker to kind of work with there. But, yeah, this defense, look at it, it's a 9-0 game, and this defense has done all the work.
Yeah, they have, and they've weathered their offense turning the ball over a couple of times, albeit, on the opposite side of the field. And Harrisburg has not been given any favors as far as field position in this game, and you'd like to think coming out of this kickoff, John, that they'll probably get their best starting field position of the game.
You'd imagine.
Yeah. Again, the story of the game have been the turnovers. There have been 3 total in the first quarter, 2 by the Tri-State Warriors, 1 by the Havoc. The Warriors with a safety earlier in the first quarter and now a defensive touchdown. Kawana Coward, 25-yard interception return.
It was a really nice job, and we expected this out of this defense today, and I would be surprised if maybe we don't see another defensive touchdown this game based on just how this has rolled. So it's a game of turnovers right now. We talk about the fumbles for Tri-State and now an interception and a fumble as well for Harrisburg. So it's going to be a game of turnovers.
That's a
boot.
Great kick. Lands at the 10-yard line. It takes a while to get it picked up by Smith. Smith draws out of one tackle, gets the 20, and is finally taken down at the 26-yard line. So all things considered, after Deneen Robinson makes the tackle, pretty good return there by Elizabeth Smith.
So their best field position, I think, but not by much.
Well, they had the ball at the 29-yard line
Okay,
after a botched punt by the Warriors, but about the same area of the field, still in their first quarter of the field. And they're going to have a long way to go here. The Havoc haven't strung together 2 and 3 positive plays in a row yet offensively, and obviously a testament to this Tri-State Warriors defense smothering on the run, and of course in pass defense just as strong. For Hutchinson, that was her 3rd interception of the season. And her first play back after injury. And again, that interception, John, started with a low snap again. And I keep going back to that because it's so hard to get into a rhythm as a quarterback when you just don't get the snaps up where you want them. Not the reason for the interception per se, but it all starts with a good snap. We'll see if she gets it. Mosley and Smith are in the backfield again, trying to get on the same page there. Another low snap. And again, Hutchinson has to go down just to get it, and there is going to be a flag down. Looks like a face mask, John, came up there as...
I think she got about all of the face mask on this play. Yeah, this will be a face mask penalty. And it looked like it was about to be a big-time tackle, but just kind of positioned herself in a way that forced that face mask. So, big break for Harrisburg.
Yeah, we're going to take another look at it here as they advance the ball for a automatic first down. Slowed down so you could see it. But, I mean, again, it's great pressure on the quarterback, but there's the grab and the tug. Yeah. And instead of a sack, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line.
Yeah, that's one of those face masks. Back when it was, I believe it was 5 and 15 yards, depending on the face mask. That would have been a 15-yard face mask. They're all 15 yards now. But
so now the Harrisburg Havoc have their best field position of the game. And a first down via the penalty puts them at their own 38-yard line. It's Mosley in the backfield with Smith coming across. Good snap that time. The throw in the flat is to Smith. Smith is bottled up. Another flag down. That might have been another face mask.
I think so.
Yeah, as Smith went down at about the 40-yard line and got up a little bit slowly on that play too.
Yeah, it took a big tackle. Yeah, immediately pointing to her helmet is Elizabeth Smith, and this will be another face mask, I believe. So, I mean, keep stringing those together, and you'll get right to the end zone here. But yeah, defensively, it's just about cleaning things up now at this point because, I mean, mistakes offensively in terms of the fumbles, now back-to-back face mask penalties, and this ball is moving. Now they're past midfield after that penalty. So yeah, definitely caught it there.
30 yards on penalties.
Right.
That'll do it.
That's one way to get down the field.
So now the ball spotted at the Tri-State 44-yard line. It's the first time the Havoc have been on the Tri-State side of the field. As you can see on your screen, 11:45 and counting here in the first half. We're in the second quarter, and the Warriors are up 9-0. Safety and a touchdown defensively, and their defense back on the field. The long trot to the line of scrimmage there as they huddled up about 25 yards behind the new first down marker. We have a bird's eye view now. They are directly in line with our booth. Hutchinson, good snap that time, working it across and met in the backfield by a couple was number 25, I believe, on that play, but we do not have a 25 on our roster. Must have had a change there. We have Shanice Swanson, who wears 23, but no 25 on our roster. Still a good job that time by Kelsey Young for the Tri-State Warriors. Officially a loss of 1 yard on the play, 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you got to borrow jerseys. Things happen, but yeah, just got absolutely engulfed, ran right into the defense there, and that play kind of took a while to develop. It was a bit slower in terms of that play moving around and developing, so yeah, it just took their sweet time. But when you run into 3 players, you're not going to get a ton of yards.
Yeah.
So definitely want to get that quicker, but that allowed enough time for these defenders to come in and swarm the football.
So on 2nd down and 11, we'll see if Hutchinson is forced to put one up again. Number 25 in motion once again. This time the fake pitch. Hutchinson looks like she's going to run all the way. Finds a seam. Can she get the edge? Cuts it short. Does get positive yardage, about 4 yards on the play. It'll set up a 3rd down and about 7.
Almost got another face mask there as well. Those hands kind of got a bit high on the back end of that tackle. And we'll see how this Harrisburg team now kind of handles things with 3rd down and plenty to go. Second quarter continues to wind, but big couple of defensive stands for this Tri-State team and their defense.
Yeah, Hutchinson is a rather small target, so when she gets low and in between the trees there, she's able to navigate, get a couple of good yards, and it'll be a 3rd down and long coming up, but still shaves off a little bit of the yards to go. 3rd down and 8 officially. Chance coming up from the Harrisburg bench to hurry up and get back to the line of scrimmage as they are running short here on the play clock. I don't believe Harrisburg has taken a penalty yet in this game. As we approach the 9-minute mark in the second.
There was a declined holding, but that's about it.
Got it. 3rd and 8. The give is up the middle and falling to the ground at about the 40-yard line was Mosley on the play. Good job of getting to her at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, got tripped up at the line of scrimmage. It's a good way to at least fall forward to pick up some yardage. But nice stand defensively, and Harrisburg now in a tough spot, and I think they'll go for it here. So try to just get an opportunity. But
yeah, Mosley officially got a yard on the play, so it'll be 4th down and 7.
Okay.
And it doesn't look like Fawcett has come back onto the field. So they are going to go for it here. And the early return suggests that you might see Hutchinson try and tuck this one down and run for it or look for something in the flat. Prime players, Elizabeth Smith, number 13, and, of course, Amelia Mosley, who just had the touch on the recent play. In motion is number 25. Low snap again. Hutchinson has nowhere to go. She has to tuck it down and run, but she's going to get sacked instead. And the Tri-State Warriors defense gets off the field. Another sack that time. Looks like the first one in there was Shakira Gray. And the Tri-State Warriors are taking over on offense.
Yeah, Shakira Gray just a good job making that tackle from behind and a huge stop. This Tri-State team with 2 penalties, 2 face mask penalties on this drive, and they were able to find a way to make the stops they needed to. They got a bit of offensive discombobulation from the Harrisburg Havoc and some tough runs, but they stuffed them, and now they forced them into a 4th down, and a nice tackle from behind stops it. Harrisburg, opportunity missed, but now field position. They got the ball fairly far down the field, so they worked that angle, but Harrisburg obviously would like to get another 1st down and force this thing past the 30. So now Tri-State with fumble-itis. Can they shake it?
Yes. Can they put something together offensively in this game? They've moved the ball a little bit in drips and drabs, but they too have not been able to really string 3 and 4 positive plays together. So credit to the Havoc as well for pouring at the football, getting their hands on some, and disrupting some plays. Now a long time there. See how far Sine Williams is back here. A good 7 yards, but prevents the high snap. There's one in the flat. Good catch that time by Ransom. Ransom with a lot of room, and a good block by Delonzo down the field, and Ransom is gone. 57 yards to the house. There are no flags, and the Warriors have added a touchdown. It is now 15-0.
My first thought was I thought Sine was waiting a bit too long to throw the screen pass, but it worked out just fine. Had to kind of stare down this receiver, but there was no havoc in the area, and they did a great job with blocks down the field. Got it done, and I think they might move quickly, maybe try to get a 2-point conversion up here. But, I mean, just a really good job on the screen play. Now they're going to go for the kick. Big-time screen, and just found your receiver in a ton of open space, hit the edge, and just go. And, yeah, Delonzo took out 2 players on that block right there, forced the player into another player. So just perfect execution, got the edge, and now the offense gets their turn to score in the middle of the second quarter.
So they've done it with their defense twice. Now they register on offense, and it only took the 1 play. Bad snap, and we have a whistle here as there was a flag down on this play. We'll see what the call is.
Offside on the defense.
All right, so they'll redo the kick.
The encroachment. Sure that maybe that pressure is what caused the bad snap. Ended up being low, so they'll get a chance to retry. But it's 15-0 as we stand here. Trying to make this 16-0. But Alonzo had a nice kick on her first point after attempt. Like you said, she was 1 for 1 last week, I believe. So, right, there's only 7 points scored.
Yeah, that time was just a poor snap on that last one, but negated by the flag, and now we have a whistle and a timeout called by the Warriors. Now, there was a timeout taken late in the first, and I credited that to the Warriors as well. So by my count, they are out of timeouts.
All right.
However, that second timeout that was called may have been a Harrisburg timeout. We just don't know for sure. But for now, the Warriors are out of timeouts. And again, you know, you think, well, why in that situation? Well, there's a point at stake here, John. And,
yeah.
You know, Coach Harrigan wants to get it right. It's a learning opportunity for his team on special teams as well. You don't get a lot of these opportunities in the course of a game. So let's make sure we get it right. Let's make sure we get that next point up on the board and go from there.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you told any football coach, would you trade a timeout for a point? I think you would do it.
Absolutely.
So just make sure everybody's on the same page. Everyone's knowing where they have to be and knowing what they got to accomplish. And
it doesn't happen as often as we think in the semi-pro level or the women's pro level, John, but in the professional level, in the NFL, you miss an extra point, you are chasing that point all game long.
I think Coach changed his mind. I think that's actually what happened.
Well, you figure you got half the distance from that flag call.
Right. So this is tush-push formation.
This is exactly that. There is only one wide out. She's a little off your screen. That's Delonzo to the left of your screen. Yeah, now we see her. But everybody else, 10 black jerseys. And it is going to be a push. Does she have enough? We'll get the signal from the side judges.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. She's in for two. Sanae Williams took it herself. 2-point conversion successful. Timeout. A positive. Players getting unpeeled. Official timeout as we get some players who are slow getting up. But the Warriors do what they need to do. They score the full 8 on that one, and they are up now 17-0 on the Harrisburg Havoc.
They're going to call the trainers over here as well.
Yeah.
But
not sure who that is. It's not Williams, who was the ball carrier. She's up with the officiating crew. I think that was one of the interior linemen, as offensive line coaches come out there as well.
The tush push is not a one of the reasons they tried to not to ban the tush push is a dangerous play. I mean, it's a lot of bodies close to each other, and
a lot of weight.
Can get, weight, and people can fall on top of each other and everything. So good to see her back up a little bit of help, but back up to her own 2 feet.
Yeah, I've had this conversation with a number of people, John, on air and off, about the tush push and my opinions of it. And I've always said, I think as soon as you see a quarterback get hurt, as soon as you see them snap a leg or break an ankle or somebody rolling on top and busting a knee or an Achilles, that's when the tush push is going to get banned in the NFL.
I would say so.
I think, and again, you hate to make it injury-based decision, but that seems to be how these decisions kind of go.
Yeah, I mean, the kickoff was changed because of that. Right. It's not because of the product. It's because of the injuries, and it's Kimberly Schultz with needing some help, and it seems that right leg.
Tough loss, too.
Yeah. I mean, this line is definitely the strong point of this team.
Yeah.
But, no, I agree with you. I have not just because I don't find the play itself entertaining. I actually find the play entertaining.
I do. Yeah, me too.
It's a problem.
Yeah,
in terms of that.
And I think the reason why it hasn't been banned is because the Eagles run it so well.
Yes.
That they really have avoided the injury with it. They've been efficient with it. They get right back to the line of scrimmage with it.
I have a complaint, Dave.
Yeah.
This is all the Packers' fault. Okay, because remember that first play with the Havoc where everybody's pushing the pile and everything? That play would have been illegal under the rules that the Packers proposed. It was a play, the original rule was proposed as just a tush-push rule. And then the Packers said, no, we're going to add something to this if we can get this done. We're going to try to ban pushing from behind, period. So
and that's why it failed.
It failed by 2.
Yeah.
So if the Green Bay Packers don't do that, it's banned.
So memo to the Green Bay Packers, stay out of the discussion next time.
Because the Lions are going to change their vote.
And listen, as a New York Giants fan, if they ban the tush push, it's just fine with me.
Sure.
I don't want to see it banned. I think, hey, stop it. If you want it stop it. But otherwise, hey, they murder the Giants with that play.
Absolutely.
So. Good kick again. And it's end over end, but it will sail out of bounds. And so we'll get the procedural flags down, and we'll get this one started. Unless they choose to re-kick here.
It's smart football.
Yeah.
Smart football.
We'll see what they decide to do here. But Harrisburg will have the ball back in decent field position no matter what. And, again, they moved the ball a little bit on that last drive. But, again, the bad snaps and a couple of unforced errors there and just the ability to really pressure at the line of scrimmage from the Warriors has been the difference.
It's been a huge difference, and see if we can get this kind of figured out here as well. But it should be.
I think they're going to take the result of the procedural penalty here.
Yeah, I'd
and they'll get the ball at the 40-yard line.
Should be.
I think that's the sound thing to do.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. I would also take the ball at the 40-yard line. I think it's a good decision. But, yeah, Harrisburg, I mean, for them it's about just getting two or three plays together like you kind of mentioned there. And it's just churning. They can get one good play. They've gotten a good play. And they had one really nice, a couple good gains, and they've had some good runs. But a lot of these runs and on trickier handoffs have been slower to develop. And this defense, they come down hard. They are very fast, this squad, and they're going to have to figure it out. So you want to just put plays together that you can execute well and repeat. And you want to try to catch this defense off guard. They're really good at stopping, what you've already drawn up. But at this point, you have to do what you can execute if you're Harrisburg.
Yep. And I'd like to see the Havoc, get off some clean plays just from start to finish. Let's get clean handoffs. Let's get clean snaps. And, just haven't seen a lot of good, clean plays here. 25 in motion again, left to right. That's a good snap that time. Good pressure, and almost there. We have flags down, but Hutchinson is on the move, is going to get stood up and nowhere to go. Taken down for a loss once again by Kelsey Young, but we'll see what the flags are all about here.
I think it might be another face mask, if I had to guess.
Looked like there was a swipe on her,
something,
but I just didn't see the kind of yank on the face mask. We'll see if we can pick it up here. While we get you the call, you take a look at the.
It's right there.
I don't know, but yeah, they're walking this down, and it's going to be another face mask call. Actually, they're only walking it down 9 yards, so it happened from the spot of the foul. So that makes sense. 15 yards from the spot of the foul will make this a 2nd down and 1. After the flag and another face mask call on the Tri-State Warriors. That's their 3rd of the game. And heck, if you're the Havoc, you'll take it.
You will. I was about to say, I was very confused for a minute because I never heard of a 9-yard penalty.
Right.
But those are from the spot, obviously. So only pick up 9.
Clock moves here. 2nd down and 1. A little bit of a discussion going on between Mosley and Hutchinson in the backfield.
I believe face masks are automatic first down, so it had to be something else.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Good snap again. Hutchinson under a little bit of pressure. That pass was low in the orbit of the intended receiver, Angela Deemer, but it'll be 3rd down and short.
Yeah, just didn't get enough air under this pass, couldn't find that spot, and it just ended up being short. Had the open player, had an open receiver, but can't make that connection, and not a lot to go here, but that's definitely a play that you kind of want to have. Yeah, just couldn't get the air under. A little bit of pressure there as well.
Yeah, there was certainly pressure coming, but Hutchinson had the window to throw from and was able to step in the pocket. That's just a mistimed ball and well short. 3rd down and 1. We'll see if they go back to the run game here. Mosley, once again, stays in the backfield and have it come out with trips here on the near side, the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, quarterback keeper wouldn't surprise me here at all.
In motion is Smith, always a threat to run as well. And it's going to be an option or a shovel pitch to Smith. Smith gets the 1st down, gets enough, gets just past the 50, got yanked down hard, and is slow to get up, but does get up. And the tackle made by Ashana Alexander, your guest on the pregame show.
There you go. I mean, these are some tough players, and Elizabeth Smith has taken a lot of tough tackles, done a great job, and I mean, Alexander's tough as well. So there's just a lot of physicality and a lot of toughness, and just a really good tackle, though, as well. I mean, but for a second, I thought Smith wasn't going to cut back in. In fact, he still had to get the yards to get the 1st down. Was trying to kind of find some space there outside more, but nice job just cutting back in, getting the 1st down, keeping this drive moving and alive here with 5:50 left to go in quarter number 2.
Clock whittles down here as the Havoc taking a lot of time off the play clock as well. Had a chance to see that last hit on replay. It was less of a hit, more like a whiplash kind of a tackle.
Yeah.
And jarred Smith a little bit. Mosley is in the backfield again. And it is again Smith in motion, this time coming from far side in. Good snap. The give is to Mosley up the middle. Makes one miss, met by Alexander after a gain of about a yard, and that's all. 2nd down and 9 coming up.
Yeah, nice job up the middle. Looked like Alexander was in on that tackle as well again. But this linebacker core doing a good job kind of assisting this defensive line, and they're really not leaving a lot of safety work back because I don't think they're really expecting the deep ball to be a factor. And in terms of the run game, I mean, that can lead to runs getting off of the edge if they're able to get there. But I think they know Harrisburg is trying to work in terms of the middle of the field, try to get this thing rolling in terms of the run. But Tri-State's done a great job just plugging gaps and plugging holes and making it really difficult to run this football for Harrisburg.
Lost our scoreboard here, John, so while I get that back up, we'll have to go without a scoreboard here, but it is a 2nd down and 9 coming up.
A 17-0 game with 4:30 to go.
Right. And there's Smith, who was actually the quarterback of record. That pass was partially deflected, and it'll be 3rd and 9 coming up.
Yeah, nice job just getting in front and tipping that football. So, right, like you said, 3rd down and 9. Only expired 5 seconds off of the clock with 4:25. Yeah, again, this defensive line, I mean, Rich Harrigan, Coach Harrigan talked about it a lot in the pregame, and it was something that, okay, when a coach says, names a position group, you know, coaches don't give out praise very easily. They don't give out praise very quickly. But when he immediately goes, yeah, defensive line's really strong, that's something that you have to watch out for, and he is not wrong. I mean, this D-line has been really stout, has been aggressive, has been able to break this offensive line of Harrisburg. And do they have a size advantage? Yes, but it seems like they're always going to have a size advantage in terms of the defensive line. Yeah, Smith was the quarterback there, so an interesting play, but it is back to Hutchinson here on this 3rd down and 9.
3rd down and 9, as we mentioned. Warriors looking to get off the field again with some time to spare. That pass thrown in the flat, incomplete into the direction of Mosley, but it'll be 4th down. And now with 3:42 remaining, interesting decision here coming up for the Havoc. Do they try to pin the Warriors deep, or do they try to convert here?
I mean, it's interesting, and it seems to be, see if they go with the punt variety. Neither team has really gotten a successful punt in this game just yet, but it seems that they will go the punt route with Melissa Fawcett back there, and this is punt formation for them.
Happy to report our scoreboard's back.
Very good. Nice job, Dave.
Thank you.
Staying composed on the broadcast here.
Yep, we do have to get rid of those timeouts for the Warriors, and we just did.
Oh, yeah.
So there we go.
Right. It's like nothing ever happened.
That punt, sky high, finds some turf at the 33, taken by Delonzo at the 30. She stood up at the 45-yard line and taken down there. So the Havoc only net about 3 yards on the punt, and for all intents and purposes, Tri-State will have a really good start here as we have a timeout called by Harrisburg.
Yeah, so that's a punt you'll take because you get the hang time. It didn't have the distance, but in terms of just looking at yourself as a punter, you got the hang time, and that's what allows your special teams enough time to get back towards the football and put yourself in a good position. But now Tri-State gets a chance to work almost near the 50-yard line, so not too far from midfield, and they'll have a good ways to go, just over 60 yards to go for the end zone, up 17-0.
And they haven't had the ball in quite a bit, and the last time they had it, they only had it for a play. Remember, it was a one-play touchdown drive, and that screen pass to
So you do
Ransom.
call it a drive?
Yeah, I guess. One-play drive.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. 57 yards on that screen pass that were the first Warriors points of this half on offense. Their defense has given them a safety and also a touchdown. Special teams has knocked in an extra point and a 2-point conversion, and everybody getting involved in this one, and the Warriors looking to really put a punctuation mark on this half. If they can go up by, they're already up by 3 scores, but expand that lead.
Yeah, I mean, this would be a huge dominant blow if they're able to go and score a touchdown. Once you see any score start with a 2 and then a 0 on the other side, you're in a really good position to win a football game, even if you're only in the first half. So this is a drive you want to get.
Good time. And again, almost the same play. This time it's Williams. Excuse me, that was, and still with it. It was Williams, indeed, number 23. So Nicole Williams makes something out of nothing and then makes nothing out of something and back to something out of nothing again, going back and forth. But all considered, a 4-yard gain, a very eventful, actually make that a 5-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 5 with the clock moving now as we go inside of 3 minutes.
It's a lot of work for 5 yards right there, but you got to do what you got to do. And like you said, inside of 3 minutes right here. But, just great job being able to fight, avoided a tackle, and was able to stay up. You'd like to see more defenders swarm to that football once you see a body on. But nice job breaking the tackle, and now Tri-State can keep this drive moving.
2nd down and 5 here. See if Williams continues to work the passing game, or do they mix in a couple of runs? High snaps, and A. Williams knocks it down under pressure, and a good job in the backfield taking her down with Samantha Moyer. Makes her first big play on the defensive side of the ball. Back them up 6 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 11.
That's a sack this defense needed, and Williams kind of knew that sack was coming, knew the pressure was coming, didn't have anywhere to go. Thought about throwing this football, didn't have the angle to kind of get that ball to her receiver, and there was not enough time or not enough space to get that ball out of bounds either. So just had to take the sack and just keeping things smart. Williams is a very smart quarterback, is something that we've kind of seen throughout this game. But sometimes you got to take the sack. But huge for Harrisburg to get pressure from this defensive line. It's something we haven't seen a ton of in this game. So good job for them.
Yeah, Moyer playing that linebacker position, was able to jump up and get into the backfield. Rather untouched as well. But here it's big play for the Warriors. It's a 3rd down and 11. And they too will have a decision on 4th down if they can't convert here. The give is to Ransom, and she breaks out of one tackle, is able to get past the line of scrimmage, and indeed the Tri-State Warriors are calling their final timeout. So, indeed, they did have one left after all, John, and they take it here. Right. And it'll be about a 4th down, and I want to say about 6 coming up.
So, I guess there was an official timeout as well in this game. I don't think maybe it's one Havoc timeout and then no Warriors timeouts.
Yes, exactly. I think that was the case. Earlier in the game, Harrisburg took that timeout and not the Warriors. So, the Warriors are out of timeouts. Harrisburg has one left. And when we come back, it'll be a 4th down and 4 with, you see it on your screen, 1:20 left. So with no timeouts, obviously job one, John, is to get the first down here. But then you have to really think about accelerating the tempo and getting the ball down the field.
Yeah, you definitely do. I think you're going to have to kind of make things move forward a lot quicker. But expect some speed. I mean, obviously the screen passes have been working for Tri-State, and I wouldn't be surprised to see one happen as well. But it's going to be a key play in this game. Because you want to go up.
Remember that play, too, that they had inside the 10 that ended up in the fumble, John, where they had that kind of underneath screen or middle of the field screen, and that one worked really, really well. And you'd like to think you can maybe call that one here on this play, get the first down, either spike the ball or run a play very quickly, and then, heave a couple up deep and see what you got.
Yeah, it worked pretty well. Again, obviously the fumble, but it still gained, not too, pretty much the yards that you need on this one. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see that exact play call happen on this play. But Harrisburg has seen it already, although. But see what their short yardage kind of work is when it comes to this Tri-State team. Where they're going to go.
So the ball is spotted at the 48-yard line, the line of scrimmage, the 48, the first down marker at the 44. So keep that in mind here. 4th down and 4. $1:20 remaining here in the first half. Williams, 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage, looking middle of the field. It is complete to DeLonzo in traffic. Gets taken down by Sean Howard, but that's good enough for the first down. Clock will stop just to reposition the sticks here. But that's a nice play, and the Tri-State Warriors will have to get things started quickly.
Yeah, clock is back running. Now under a minute left to go here in this second quarter in this first half.
And we have a flag down, a false start indeed, and so it'll be a 1st and 15.
Yeah, it looked like either the right guard or right tackle ended up just moving too quickly. He got excited, ready to run 2-minute drill.
Well, they haven't stopped the clock,
I was going to say,
it should be stopped at this point with the penalty.
Unless if that's a WFA rule, I don't know. But
no, now it's stopped with 42 seconds left.
There should be time back on that clock, and now it's running again.
Now they did signal to run it, but they did lose a few seconds there, and now the Tri-State Warriors really have to hurry up, and they do get to the line of scrimmage. 30 seconds remaining here. Perhaps time for a couple of plays. The Warriors are out of timeouts otherwise. 1st and 15. Snapped with 20 on the clock. Williams pump faking once. Middle of the field. Open is Chubb. Makes the catch. And she is going all the way for a touchdown. Was that Chubb or was that Romeo? 89 or 99?
That's Chubb.
That is Chubb, number 89. Yeah, that is indeed Christine Chubb. She had 4 catches for 44 yards coming into the game. Has just added her second of this game, and it's a touchdown for the Warriors. Add another 6 to the board, and that looked kind of easy, John.
Yeah, just dumped it, just dropped it right in the bucket. Nice job by Williams to make this throw. This is a beautiful throw. Nice high arcing pass, found a spot, and yeah, not having safeties back there can make things difficult when it comes to stopping players that are able to streak down the field. And this deep ball can work for this Tri-State team. This offense looks like a completely different offense compared to the one we saw in the first quarter.
Right. Second quarter versus first quarter, definite difference. Delonzo, and we have some movement on the left side of the line on both sides, but it will go against the defense. They'll put it up 1 yard closer, and we'll see what the Tri-State Warriors decide to do with the added yard. They're going to go for it. They're going to go for 2.
Yeah, definitely. And we may have another tush-push debate on our hands, Dave.
Yeah, I think so. Same exact lineup that they had last time. Now, remember, the last time they ran this, Kimberly Schultz suffered an injury.
Still on that table there as well.
Yeah. But a chance to put 2 more points on the board. They started slow. They've caught fire. Has this. It's going to be a pass instead. Up for grabs, and the catch is made. 2 points, Gabrielle Cole. And the Warriors are up 25-0.
We've got fake tush pushes in the WFA. Let's go.
Faked us out, at least originally. But nice job by Sine Williams. With 2 seconds left in the half. You can see the fake.
Yeah.
There's the toss-up. And a nice job and a little bit of traffic. The hands were up. It was good coverage. But another 8 points on the board via the offense for this Tri-State Warriors team. And now they are in complete control. 25-0 with 2 seconds remaining in this first half. Logic tells you this will be the final play.
You would imagine. And we have seen the fake tush push by Philadelphia. I don't think we've seen it on a pass, though. I think they faked it and ran it with Saquon one time. But it's a lovely play. Yeah, definitely should be the last play right here in this 25-0 game in the first half. And it was a good job by Coach Harrigan to kind of say, hey, obviously you can see 2 seconds on the clock. You can lay back a little bit. But, no, you still got to execute this kickoff. You still have to execute this play because, I mean, any missed assignment, any missed block, or any missed, run can lead to a touchdown for Harrisburg here in the end of the first half. So they're still going to get a chance to return. The ball is still going to be in play with an opportunity to score. So good job to get this team locked back in, try to figure things out to end this first half.
And again, it doesn't matter too much when the score looks like it is, John, but a couple of penalties by the Harrisburg Havoc on special teams, prevented 1 point from being taken. Instead, the Warriors go for 2, and they get an extra 2 points out of it at the very least.
Yeah. Ball rolls off the tee. It's a windy day here in Philadelphia.
Yeah, the wind is actually whipping up. There is some threats for rain in the area. The
Right.
percentages are low, but if we do get rain, we'll have to cover up as quickly as we can.
Yeah. Got my umbrella.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. I forgot mine in the car, so I might run there at halftime. And it is a good kick, end over end. It skips turf at the 20, corralled and taken there at about the 15. One tackle missed, but Zariah Williams is able to take it to the 30, but that is the end of the first half of play. So it's a game dominated at first on defense by the Tri-State Warriors, and then their offense catches fire, and the result is a 25-0 lead here at halftime. So what John and I will do is step aside, take an extended break, and when we come back, we'll break down this first half, get you ready for half number 2. We're at halftime here in Philly. Tri-State Warriors 25, the Harrisburg Havoc nothing. Stay with us. You're watching Women's Football Alliance football and the Tri-State Warriors on the PDF Sports Network.
Burgers are better at the Brownstone in Metuchen.
My weekend starts with the Brownstone burger, topped with cheddar, barbecue sauce, and a fried egg.
Give me the Hawaiian burger. I love the Canadian bacon and sweet pineapple.
How do you like your salads? Shrimp, chicken, beef?
Stop in and see why families are eating good at the Brownstone in Metuchen.
We'll meet you at the Brownstone.
We'll meet you at the Brownstone.
Have you ever needed to stop or change the way you do something you love because of aches, pains, or injury? The physical therapists at Kessler Rehabilitation Center are here to get you back to work, life, and your favorite activities. Most importantly, your goals are their goals. Their movement experts will listen and develop an individualized treatment plan so you can heal. Begin care faster by requesting an appointment today at Kessler-PT.com. Experience the power of physical therapy today.
No, I'm right. The podcast that uncovers the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Nick Durst here, along with Joe Calv, wanted to do a podcast. Everyone was like, what are you, crazy? Who's going to listen?
I'm so happy that you asked me to do this. I couldn't have been more thrilled. And follow us on socials. Check us out. I promise you, if you want to work in media, come to us, and I promise you, we will get you on the right foot.
That's what it's all about, uncovering the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Keep it locked on You Know I'm Right.
Refined, restorative, results-driven. At CMX iMed Bar, we blend medicine, aesthetics, and wellness into one luxury experience, led by Dr. Angela Roque. Located in the heart of Pier Village, Long Branch. Visit cmximedbar.com or text 9089-232-694 to look better, feel better, live elevated.
The PDF Sports Network is officially seeking sponsors for the 2026 Vetera Liga season. The Vetera Liga is the top professional American football league in Finland, and now, for the first time, is available in the English language and in the U.S., courtesy of PDF. Join us as we make history by showcasing the Maple League to a new worldwide audience. Our partnership with the Vetera Liga was recently featured in International Business Journal as a groundbreaking venture that in 2025 earned us a Global Recognition Award and a GHP Magazine Award for Best Local Live Broadcasting in the nation. It's time to bring our coverage to the next level and showcase your products and business to local and international audiences. Show your support now by calling us at 732-723-8189 or by emailing pdfsportsnet@gmail.com.
All right, folks, we are back here. However, we are dealing with some severe weather that is coming in. And so while we prepare for that, we'll bring you as much as we can as we go. John, why don't you take over play-by-play? I'll take care of preparing ourselves for the deluge that's coming.
Yeah, we've got to get the target. I'm surprised that we went back on the field, Dave. I'm going to be honest with you, but we had high winds and everything, so we'll get back to it. But 25-0 is your score. And the clock is continuing to run as well. So we just had to kick off Harrisburg. We'll start things out. But, apologies for any technical difficulties that we had to deal with there. But Harrisburg will get things started right back here for us right here on the PDF Sports Network. And we'll let you know if there does end up being any delays. We have packed our umbrellas. We are ready for the storms. We are trying to pack Noah's Ark here in case things get flooded. But the Harrisburg Havoc trying to get things going back down 25-0. With Leah Hutchinson taking the snap here at quarterback. That snap is successful. She'll take it up on the draw herself, and she'll be down right at about the 35-yard line, 34-yard line. We'll pick up some yardage here. Try to get things kind of adjusted. Back with 13:22 left to go, and they see that seems our scoreboard camera also got a little messed up here, so I'm going to try to maybe figure – it's over. It's over. I'm not going to be able to do that. 25-0. Sorry about that, Dave. And Harrisburg will get things going back here. And if you want an example of what sports broadcasting is all about, how about today? Where the winds happened, your camera got bobbled a little bit. We saved everything. I saw the tents kind of flying down before. But, you can't throw the football in what you have right now as well. First and 10 to go for Harrisburg. Clock's back. Good job, Dave. Got a trash bag on the field. Snap is low. Handoff is successful. We'll just pick up, maybe just get back to the line of scrimmage here as the garbage bag continues to fly over the field. And welcome David Pizzuto back to the headset.
Yeah, I don't know how functional I will be on the headset, John, as the number one priority is make sure, because we are exposed. There is no press box here at Blackhawks Field, so we do have some tarps to cover us and umbrellas, and the sky is clearing a little bit.
Dave, it looks like Gotham City right now.
Yeah. And the wind is furious right now as well, so whatever we have to tie things down is at risk of blowing over. But we should mention, while we are still on the air, is that if for any reason we should be put off the air, that we will have the full recording of the game post-game as well. We'll put that up tonight in case we don't have it all for you here. But anyway, Hutchinson goes around the outside and can't get much, and it'll be 4th down and long coming up.
So that's what ended up happening on that drive, 4th down and long, and Tri-State gets another stop here in the wind. On this sideline, hat just flew away. Hat just went flying as well all the way down. My goodness.
Well, it's hard to pick up on your camera right now, but there is debris that's swirling all over and things like that. So, and obviously we want to make sure our laptop stays put and that doesn't roll. That, oh boy, that's tough right there. So we just got to hope that this cloud patch over us kind of goes away. Now we have tree debris falling on us.
It's coming back for the trees. There's trees, a couple trees behind us.
Right.
Garbage bags aplenty.
I'll take the tree debris over the rain, that's for sure.
Absolutely, but I'm sure the rain is not too far behind.
No. But, for what it's worth, that bad cloud is now, there's some of it behind us, but that bad cloud is ahead of us, and nothing really happened as far as water. So, all right, so Fawcett gets over the punt. It skips to Delonzo at the 45-yard line of the Warriors. She's going to try and stretch the corner. She gains the 50 at least, powers ahead to the 45, the 40, and now guilty of a face mask at the 40 are the Havoc. And how about that for Delonzo? Turning nothing into something and then add 15 yards on top of it.
Yeah, and they just went right at, after the face mask, looked at that player and just spiked the football right down. There is a plate on the field, Dave. I'm sorry. I'm trying to call the game, but this is just
Yeah,
it's part of the game.
It's getting messy out there.
It's getting messy. But, yeah, definitely a good job to kind of just stutter step, get to the outside, and pick up a lot of yards. It almost ended up being a lazy kind of tackle because maybe thought that Delonzo went out of bounds. She did it, still had her feet in. So nice job just sticking with the play. I feel bad for the chain gang as well.
Yeah.
Just trying to kind of keep things going here. You got to hold on to these chains, and, yeah, it's tough. But things kind of dying down. We get to play some normal football here shortly.
And, again, this is one of those situations where the Warriors get the ball in better field position than there was like a 0 net on that punt. In fact, it was a negative net on the punt because with the penalty, it puts the ball at the Havoc 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Clock is running, and that's a good thing here as they'll keep it running, we expect throughout. 8:50 to go and counting. Williams this time works under center. Will give to Ransom. Ransom underneath, big pile, and is able to push past it to about the 19-yard line. She's going to be about 2 yards short. It'll be 2nd down and 2 coming up.
A nice job, and we have a player down on the field as well.
We have a player down. She is slow to get up. I think that was Ransom, the ball carrier,
yes,
who got up a little bit late, but she's up under her own power. She's been really effective running the football here in that first half. Again, by committee, Deneen Robinson does a lot of the running as well as Nicole Williams. They share the load, and Ransom has had most of the success. However, she comes off the field and is going to be attended to. In her place comes Deneen Robinson in the backfield, splitting it with Williams behind Sine Williams, who will continue to work under center. Pretty wise considering the wind and what it's doing to everything on the field. She's dealt with some high snaps in this game. Better to stay under center. The give is to Nicole Williams, and she pounces ahead. She will have the first down. She is short of the 10, so this will be a 1st and 10 coming up from about the 11-yard line.
Yeah, if they do get the first down, that would have to be at the 1-yard line. So it is effectively 1st and goal, but you do have that opportunity to get a first down.
You see the clock continuing to run. I believe they'll make this clock run throughout, trying to stay away from the lightning and the rain and everything else that looks like it's coming. It hasn't yet. God is on our side at this point. But it's 1st and 10 from the 12.
We may have God, but do we have Mother Nature?
They're pretty good friends.
I hope so.
Maybe they'll put the word out.
Got to call each other. Please help the city of Philadelphia right now. This is not the time. We have Warrior football to deal with.
And outdoor and no press box or outdoor facilities here. Completely exposed. The give is to Nicole Williams. Again, in past the 10, the 5, skirts back into the hash marks and scores the touchdown. Good piece of running. Clock continues to move. The Warriors now up 31-0, and they'll bring out the point after team for the 1-point conversion.
If it weren't for the wind, you would have saw some passing plays on that one, but pretty much all run. Really good job, and just done a fantastic job running the ball, getting things down the field. And Dave, I get distracted very easily sometimes, but I just heard the ice cream man. There's no way you're driving it as well.
Well, but maybe he's trying to drive out of the storm.
Maybe. I think he would turn the song off if that's what you were doing. But really good job on this drive, just barreling forward and really good blocking up front by this Tri-State team. It's been a theme all day. So Delonzo will get another opportunity. It looks like, barring another penalty. We've seen a few of those on PATs.
Twice before. See if they could stay onside. High snap. It is settled down. Delonzo gets a boot into it, and that one is true for another point. And that makes it 32-0 with 5:56 and counting to go here in the third. The Warriors have put the pedal to the metal here and have just extinguished the flames of the Havoc, who were hanging on for a little while after 2 turnovers in the first quarter by the Tri-State Warriors. Left points on the board for sure. The Warriors have caught fire, John. I think that's the 3rd straight drive that they've scored a touchdown. Maybe the 4th.
I think so.
No, it's the 3rd, right?
3rd, and then before that was a defensive touchdown.
Right, before that was a defensive touchdown. Right. So their offense now in rhythm and humming well, and up 32-0. They are leaving very little to doubt here, and 5-0 looks like it's going to happen. And the next game on the Tri-State Warriors schedule, John, is the Buffalo Blizzard, which have not won a game yet this season. That game is next week here in Philadelphia. We will not be here, unfortunately, PDF Sports Network will not be here for next week's game because of some other scheduling commitments that we have with our fellow unit that's actually getting underway now. Arena football going on in Roselle, New Jersey, where the Jersey Bearcats are taking on the CNY Blue Devils. That, too, is taking place on the PDF Sports Network alongside this one. And next week, it'll be the Jersey Bearcats against the Mississippi Wolfpack in a rematch of last year's AAL2 championship. And that's where we will be. Scribbing kick. That one was touched by the Havoc. That is a live ball, and getting on top of it very wisely was Samantha Moyer. She had a big sack in this game defensively. Gets on top of that one. The Havoc will have decent field position here to start, just outside their own 30.
Yeah, and I saw our first lightning strike of the day to our left as well.
To our northwest.
Yes. Directional Dave. Yeah, that's actually correct. But yeah, like you mentioned with the Bearcats game, that was a 7:30 kickoff. So once you're done watching this game,
absolutely,
you'll definitely tune into the Bearcats. Another red and black team, so it'll kind of feel the same.
This one could be over in about 20 minutes if they keep this clock running.
This clock has not stopped running. I think
it's a wise choice.
Yeah, I agree.
But we're happy to bring you Tri-State Warriors football. This is our third season with the Warriors. They did not play 2 seasons ago, and they've gone from Division II. They went to Division III last year because they failed to field a team, John, in 2024. When they came back in 2025, the WFA dropped them to Division III, and they were ineligible for playoffs. Otherwise, they would have been a playoff team last year, but they were ineligible. And so this year, they're back fully at the Division II level. They are playoff eligible, and it looks like that's going to be in the cards for them. And again, if they were not big favorites in this game, then they will be huge favorites in the next game against Buffalo.
Oh, definitely.
Yep. Next week, 6 p.m., same time, same place. Low snap again for Hutchinson. She gives it over to Mosley. Mosley met in the backfield and cannot gain the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 11 coming up.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Massey rating before. I believe they were 23rd in strength of schedule. So you talk about, a Buffalo team that hasn't won a game. When you talk about the ratings, and this is going to be a pretty good margin of victory, and I don't think the Massey rating accounts for weather. I just felt the drop rate.
We are getting
just felt it, and I'm not indoors, so you know what that means.
Is that mine or yours?
I think this is yours, actually.
Yeah, this is yours.
Okay, let's do an umbrella swap. And all right, let's do this.
Those are coming out.
Here we go.
And the umbrellas are really to protect our equipment.
Yeah, really.
I could care less about myself at this point.
It's
not coming down hard, but it is coming down.
I can bear the rain. I actually enjoy standing in the rain. It's kind of a thing I enjoy.
Do you dance in the rain?
I don't dance in the rain. I'm not the.
Then it doesn't count.
The elephant. Sometimes I'll get a little shimmy going, maybe, but no, it's nice. It's nice.
All right. On the keeper, it's Hutchinson. Does she get back to the line of scrimmage? She tries to, just short of the 30. She'll be stood up right there. 3rd and 10 coming up.
I'm more of a singing in the rain guy, if you get that one.
Yes, I do. A little old school.
There it goes.
All right, we are now getting wet, so.
There we go. I could hear it. I don't feel it. I could hear it. Thank you for Dave sent me a very fantastic text today saying, please bring an umbrella. I didn't know there was rain. I had no idea, so I was actually very appreciative of that. Let's get this umbrella over the computer.
Gee whiz, this
is awesome.
I have like the worst umbrella, too.
I don't think I have
It's
a
like
good
one of those that's getting inverted.
Oh, yeah.
And I just lost the base of it.
I got 2 hands on my umbrella.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Come on, rain. It's coming down.
Oh, the old man is snoring today.
Again, if we get knocked off the air, folks, we are continuing to record the game. It is coming down hard now. The run goes nowhere. Loss of 2 on the play. We're going to suspend our down and distance here. This will be the final play of the 3rd quarter, and boy, is it coming down now.
Wow. Wow. This is football.
Oh, man. Our poor equipment.
Where's Joe Calabrese for the weather report? My goodness.
Well, we're doing okay, protecting our equipment at least.
Yeah, that's all that.
We are getting destroyed, though, as far as our backs and all that other stuff.
That's the price you pay. This is Broadcasting 101. Protect the equipment. You do not matter.
That's right.
This clock's going to continue to run. But they're going to keep playing.
Yeah, this will be the final play.
Yep.
Of the 3rd quarter.
Lightning.
I did see lightning in the area as well.
thunderstruck.
Oh, and they might pick up the ball here, John.
Oh, man.
Are they calling the game or just the quarter? It's just a quarter.
Quarter. I do see another 15 minutes. Yeah. Now, if you ask me, if I was an official, would I call the game? I think I would. I don't want to get in your eye.
No, that's okay. I'm worried about the computer.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about
me
me at all.
Over a bit more.
Oh,
don't say it.
Holy cow.
Don't say it. Family-friendly PDS Sports Network.
Yes, absolutely.
15 minutes, fourth quarter, 32-0. And we're going to play a fourth quarter, I think. But I think they're actually going to, everyone's back on the sideline. The Havoc are on the field for a return. Bags are being grabbed.
No, they're going to shelter, John.
Yeah,
so I think we're going to suspend our broadcast.
I think so.
All right, so here's what we're going to do, folks. We are going to go off the air, I think.
Yeah,
the rain is letting up a little bit. So let's just hold for a second.
Hold on. Mother Nature, what's up? Yeah, but if it kept going like that, everyone's definitely going
everybody's
for
going
here.
undercover.
Yes.
So I think what we need to do is we need to suspend our broadcast at this time.
And just get this tarp over.
Yeah,
okay.
and not even. We're going to
Right.
suspend the broadcast. We are going to go final here, folks, from our vantage point. We're going to continue to record the game. And then at the conclusion of this game, we will put the fourth quarter back, and we'll try to splice together this game. But we are going to go off the air now. We're in a lightning delay. We cannot stay on the air. We're exposed to the rain at this point. So we're going to suspend here. And the next time you'll see this game will be in its entirety with the fourth quarter included. So we're going to sign off for now. We're going to continue to record the game. If Alex can hear me, continue to record. And then we'll do our very best we can from there.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. All right, hold on one second.